Good afternoon or good evening whenever you guys, or good morning whenever you are watching this video. My name is Riley Jacob Moore. You can call me Jacob. Um, that is what everybody refers to me as. I'm from Derricks, Arkansas, which is about an hour and a half to hour 45 from Magnolia. I'm a K through 12 physical education major. I'll be graduating May of 2026. I'm a senior. I'll be graduating my bachelor's, and I plan to come back, be a graduate assistant for the football team, and earn a master's degree in education administration. And what the things I like to do in my free time, I'm really just a simple guy. I like to hang out with my friends. I like to lift weights. I like to do anything that is the betterment of myself, whether that be lifting weights, going for walks, or taking time to get mental clarity. I'm a big mental health advocate. I've struggled with mental health. I've dealt with depression. I'm basically one of the people that if anybody needs help with depression or mental health, that I can be one of those big people that can talk to them, can get them through everything. The reason why I wanted to apply for this position, I want to be a ARD. I know it says RA, but I want to be an ARD because with the school year coming up, I need to find a way to get housing and help with the payment of housing while working for the SE football team and while furthering my degree, because I want to be, not only do I want to be able to reach other people in the community, just be somebody that if a student is struggling with a class or a student needs somebody to talk to, I could be that ARD or whoever that be, just somebody come in my room and be like, hey man, like I need to talk, and look, we can sit down and we can have a chat. Like that, I'm always been a people person. I love making a positive impact within the community. I would do volunteer work at the Boys and Girls Club or any volunteer stuff that needs to be done to make a positive impact within the community. My proudest accomplishment, I would have to say my proudest accomplishment was being able to get a student assistant job this semester after playing, because Coach Bond's been the guy, like I've heard Coach Bond's been the guy that's never let a guy come back like right away and be like, hey, you want to be an assistant right away, after playing for him and everything, and being able to be blessed and seeing me being able to want to grow myself as a coach. That is where I'm at. That is who I am. That is what I want to do. So I've been taking every single opportunity and been able to do things that are not for the betterment of myself, but the betterment of my future career. How would my friends describe me is a jolly giant. I am a guy that if I do get mad, I can be a pretty big, jerk. But I'm also the person that if you need something, regardless of what it is, like if it's 3 a.m. in the morning and you have trouble and you need something, call me. I'm always right there. I'm always going to be able to help people. I literally have a letter from my birthday when some people have got me and saying thank you for taking care of us all these times, whether it be other situations or big situations. I'm always going to be that person that's always willing to help out, always willing to do what is right when it is time to do the right thing. My work experience, I've basically been a labor worker. I've worked on farms, worked for my uncle at his farm, Flower Springs Farm, from May of 2021 to May of 2024. Just during the summer, whenever I'm home from school or during Christmas break, taking the time to make a little bit extra cash and do everything that is need to be done to build work experience, but also build myself. I have also worked doing private lessons for football. I am a big coach. I basically can coach any position. If I can't think of drills or things to do right then, I have resources that help me become the best coach and the best version of a coach that a kid can need in a mentor. I've always been a big mentor person too, besides just being a hard worker. And seeing young kids strive, young men and women strive to better themselves, that is what I pride myself on, being that person that can help them get them from where they're at now to the next level. Building a sense of community means to me is building a community that loves each other, that does things for each other. I'm not that person that's going to sit there and say, oh, well, the community needs to do this, the community needs to do that. No, we need to do what's right. We need to not do what is wrong. Building a sense of community means that everybody is a union. Everybody is sharing the same goals, same interests, and doing what is need to be done when it needs to be done. The standard is a standard. We have a standard that we need to set amongst ourselves. And that standard needs to be not how can we improve, dorm life or, overall living for experience for students, but also how can we help build them to go on from this life? How can we help them, make sure they're keeping the room clean, make sure that they're doing certain things that are up to ethic code. We need to also make sure that they are following directions and make sure that they're passing classes so they can make sure that they graduate at the expected time they are. And when it comes to reaching out to students that are different than me, I don't think that there's anybody different from me because I'm a big believer in Jesus Christ. He's my Lord and Savior. I will say this, that people are not different from me, because we're all created in the image of God. God created us as the way He intended in the way of His life and in His own image. And He created us equal. But if people might be different than me, then their habits, their lifestyle, whatever it may be. Reaching out to people isn't just you reach out to people that are different from you. Reaching out is reaching out. Simply just, hey, how you doing, man? Or, hey, we're doing this. We'd love to see you there. Come hang out, come chill. Take time away from studies. Take time away from all the life problems and just come have fun. That is what reaching out to other people that are different than you means going out and doing a great process of getting people out of their comfort zone to step into a different reality where they can have fun and just relax and take time to just breathe. The life experiences that made me best fit for this job is being a leader on the football team. Unfortunately I wasn't on the leadership council, but I was one of the guys that, had a voice in it, knew how to do everything. And when you hear ARD, they run something. When you have to run like a program, or you have to run, I'm sorry, my phone battery's low. When you have to run a program, or you have to run a building, you are set to run it to the standards set by the university. You're set to run it to a high expectation. And how my leadership skills from football, along with effective communication skills, if we have something wrong, first thing we do, I will communicate with other RAs and RD. And then if it's something that has not been resolved, I will go the further steps and communicate with the head of housing and eventually to the dean of students, to the president of the university. How can we make a situation that it seems bad not be as bad? And I'm going to wrap this up by just saying this. The reason why I'm the best fit for an ARD job isn't because I'm going to be a coach and I'm going to be strict or anything. No, it's because there needs to be somebody that is willing to sit there and, lay down the law and be like, hey man, like what you're doing is wrong. Like this is not what we need to be doing. But also be that person, be like, hey, my room is always open. You guys need to call. Y'all need to talk about your mental health. Come talk to me. You need to talk about life. Come talk to me. If you want to come hang out and play the game, come on, man. You need an ARD and an RA isn't just somebody who sits there and just enforces rules. They are somebody that can enforce rules by also having fun. Not being people's buddy that will allow them to get away with something, but also being somebody that is there, that is always willing to pick up the phone and is willing to answer and help out with any and every situation that has occurred. So I will thank you for your time for watching this video. I hope you guys have a blessed day, have a blessed week, and all in all, stay blessed. God bless. I'll see y'all next time. Love hearing from y'all soon.